All right, welcome everyone. Happy Thursday. My name is Dr. Stacy Holweger, and I am joined by my beautiful co-host out on the West Coast, Miss Marcy Preble. I'm over here representing the East Coast, and we have got two amazing testimonials to share with you guys tonight. But before we get started, I would like to share our disclaimer. LifeWave, as a company or as a product, is not intended to treat, cure, or diagnose any of your conditions, symptoms, syndromes, diseases, ailments, anything. The information we're going to share here tonight is information purposes of only. Of course, if you have any questions about your health, please get back with your healthcare provider or your practitioner. But I will tell you that the testimonials you're going to hear tonight are going to be pretty life-changing. They're going to be pretty amazing. And of course, you're going to want to get back with the person that invited you and thank them for inviting you and ask them how you can start on your health journey using the LifeWave technology as well, too. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started right away with Feather. Feather is joining us here tonight as well. And Feather, I would like for you to share with everyone, first off, how did you find out about the LifeWave patches? If you would like to share that, who introduced you to them? How long have you been using the patches? And if you can give us just a brief synopsis of what was going on before, but then we really want to hear like how long you've been using the patches and how it's impacted your life since.
Hey, you guys, good evening. Thanks for having me. The testimonials have been very uplifting for me to watch personally myself. So I wanted to share my experience as well. Well, I had a adverse reaction to a shot back in 2010, and I also had a exposure to some really strong heavy metals, pesticide, and my life turned upside down. And I all of a sudden was allergic to everything. Started having severe autoimmune issues. Nobody knew how to help me. So I started researching everything I could to see how I could help myself and survive it. And so I was always on the lookout for the latest things and what could possibly be helpful. And I, of course, heard about stem cells, and I didn't know that much about it, but I thought it was worth looking into. I have a friend of mine who was at a convention, had been researching them, and Tony Robbins was talking about them and swore by the technology, but it's super expensive and kind of could be dangerous even, I hear, the injections. Mm-hmm. So she saw somebody with the patches and she's like, is this for real? And the woman that was at the convention was Tammy. Tammy, what's her last name? Tammy. Anyway, so she said, I'll give it a try. And so she tried it. And then I saw her, and being a sort of intuitive person, I was like, that is interesting. Let me try that. And so I tried it. At first I didn't feel anything happening but I was patient, I wanted to give it a try. And then after like 3 weeks into it, I was sleeping and I saw my body start to activate in a dream, like light going off in my body. And I was told something was happening. I wasn't producing something about central bone death. I was not producing stem cells. My body was not healing itself. And after that, I started getting like my autoimmune issues, and I do everything to be healthy. And I'd still had different issues with my jaw, a tooth issue. I would get random infections, just out of the blue, mysterious infections. I would go to hot yoga and I would almost feel like I was going to die at the end of it. Like something was wrong with me. I couldn't get strong. It was almost like I had some sort of like Lyme or something was really wrong with me. No matter what I did, I would just out of the blue get hit with these random illnesses and mysterious illnesses. And so everything started changing. And I started getting stronger. I started feeling amazing. These massive crippling migraines started going away. Some skin kind of pigmentation stuff started going away. A mild rash started going away. The jaw, I'd gotten a jaw infection that got stronger. My jaw got stronger. Everything started getting better. But then, and I wanted to point this out to people, I was feeling so good, and the foods that I couldn't, my stomach got much better, gut issues went away, and I was so excited that all of a sudden, for some reason, I thought, oh, I can eat all the junk food in the world now. So I started eating the things I couldn't eat for the last 10 years. And then I took a step back and got some inflammation and had to go back to changing my diet again. And I want to put out there that, once this starts helping you, you need to run with it. If the things that were part of creating your situation, if you don't change it, you have to change those things in your life too, because the things that you were doing that were making you imbalanced, you got to change that. So I took responsibility for my diet again, and again, everything's going away again. And so I feel like, because of the time that we're living in, there's so many challenges with our health, that this is something that's so unique. If I do what my body needs and I figure out the things that it needs, and I listen to David's thing about the different supplements that are really powerful to assist with this. Like, I just got the blue green algae that he was talking about. That's even better than chlorella, from that lake. What is it? Klamath Lake, blue green algae, the different things, the supplementation that you have to do with it. Then I feel like you really have all the tools. But if you think you can do whatever you want, and all the things that participated in your dis-ease, then you're going to have a harder time. So people they have to make the life changes too, and then they'll see the changes with this. And I'd be a little further along had I not thought, oh, I can have chocolate chip cookies and ice cream and pizza every night, because all of a sudden I could eat the foods I couldn't eat before. So I would just wanted to say that to people. You have to make the changes, and there was one moment there when I was feeling so good. I healed so much that I was like the woman in one of the testimonies, where she started crying and she's like, is it really okay to be healthy? And I experienced that. And so, I got my patches on right now. My X39, my X49, I can't live without the aloe vera. I do like to, I'm 53, and I do like to stay looking young, and I would do laser facials every month, and they're expensive, and I haven't done any of them since last July, and it looks like I do them, and I haven't done any of them, and I don't go without aloe vera. So yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. And you know what I love that you said too, and this is a really good point, because we do know there's a lot out there when you look at nutrition and supplementation and detoxification, and there's so many varying things. But what you said was you started to feel so good. You were eating the right things, you were using the patches, you were feeling amazing. So you thought, oh, I'll just go eat the crap that I used to eat before, and
No,
not any repercussions.
no, I couldn't eat those things before. I would get so deathly ill,
That's
and I
what I'm
was so
saying. Yeah, so you
excited.
tried to eat them again, and again, you're like, "Whoa, this is not good."
Yeah, I got a little inflammation in my body, and was sore and not feeling as good. As Not that my other issues came back, but some like inflammation, aching muscles. And I want to feel 100%. I don't want
Yeah.
to feel 50. I don't want to feel 80. I want to feel 100. So now, I got off I tell you, the sugars and everything now. So you really, if you get all that inflammation going, I've heard David Schmidt say that inflammation chases down the stem cells. It crowds them out. You can't do that. You have to help it along. And now now everything's working really good again. So yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Dr.
amazing.
Stacy, I have to say this really hit me, what Feather said. Is it really okay to be healthy again?
Yeah.
Like that, there's so many of us that have had chronic health issues, and we've gotten so used to it, just feeling not 100% anymore, and where that's the new normal. And to say, whoa, is it really okay to have a new normal that's healthy again? So that I highlighted that one put tears in my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. I experienced that myself. And I feel like it's unraveling like an onion, the things, my core issues, and not that maybe that those things were there and underlying, and I had to get to them. I'm getting deeper into my healing journey. And I feel like maybe there was some kind of viral infection hidden in my body, and I had to, I had to get rid of it. And so it was really push kind of, maybe it presented as different things, but like that kind of, when I changed my diet, I would sweat every night, and like I was getting rid of some kind of deep infection, and now all the muscle pain and everything went away because I'm doing the supplementation he talks about but other really good supplementation. And I put the patches on the areas now, put them on my hip flexors because those really pull through your pelvis. And an intuitive woman that I like to follow, she says that the medicine of the future will be things that help you heal yourself, like you're healing yourself with it. And I think she's talking about LifeWave.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Feather, so much for being on here tonight and sharing your testimonial. I know so many people can relate, so I really appreciate it. You taking the time to
Yeah.
share with us tonight. So thank you. We'll definitely have you on again in the future, probably around your 1-year mark in July, and see how you're doing at that point.
Okay, you guys. And if anybody wants to check out my show, my podcast, it's on Rumble, it's on Spotify. It's called Loveolution. And it's like revolution, but Loveolution.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Okay, you guys have a great night.
Thank you, Feather. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Heather.
All right, Miss Laurie. Laurie, we're
Yes.
excited to hear from you as well too. Tell us, how long have you been using the patches? Who introduced you? Kind of same thing. Give us a little synopsis of what was happening before, and then tell us everything that's changed in your life since using this.
Okay. I'll be 52 next weekend. So I have years of wear and tear of my body. I've broken both, wrists, and a broken nose and collarbone. Like I broke my collarbone when I was 2. So it started young. The demolition to myself. Very clumsy. The wall's over there. I'm on the other side of the room. I'm still gonna run into it. Type, and to the, I grew up like that, and then got to be in my 20s and got hit with high blood pressure, having these debilitating migraines that would send me to the ER. I would get so sick because the migraines were so severe. Got in a car wreck. Just a lot of things happened. Fast forward to last summer, I was working 3 jobs last year. I was working 3 different jobs, like 70 hours a week, standing on my feet, like 14 hours a day, and loving it. I was in pain, lots of pain, but I did it because I thought it's what I had to do. I accepted it. And you can only take so much medication, and then I even had the nerve damage that I had from when I worked at the prison. I was even told like that was all in my head. So leading up to last June, I fell and fractured my back and I bashed my right knee in. When I say bashed it in, like I felt the bone shift in. It just makes me cringe when I go back and think about it. Messed up my hip severely. I am still got to have a nerve test done on my hip. But I was in excruciating pain for 4 months. When you're in pain, you're miserable. When you're miserable, everybody around you is miserable. I could not hardly get out of bed. I could only work 1 out of my 3 jobs, and that was because I sat down for that one. It makes me want to cry because I was bad off. Like I was bad off, and I was scrolling. Like it got to the point that I just kept praying, like God, I just can't. I would jump out of bed with muscle spasms because the muscle spasm would be so bad. It just threw me out of bed. And I fell back and even damaged myself more. It was just stuff like that, especially after the fall. And so Heather, one day, I guess it was like in September, she had broken her foot. And so I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw that Heather and Marty, my friends from Indiana that you grew up with, that's how I found out about the patches. I dated one of the guys that Marty had that used to work for him, did some work with him, and I lived up there. That's how I know them. Well, I saw Heather have the patches on her foot, and I just saw pain-free. I didn't think about my blood pressure. I didn't think about the nerve damage, that everything else from head to toe. I didn't think about that. I was just trying to get pain-free for just a brief moment. And so I got on the phone with her. I looked the stuff up. I got on the Zoom that night. it was just like the next 3 days, I think we talked like 12 hours. I mean, just like, it was just like so phenomenal what I was fine. And I didn't even have my hands on the patches yet. And so she was telling me about it, and listened to you. I went in and I read a lot of the clinicals, because I was like, this has got too good to be true. This is not this simple. This light can come in and then I'm going to be paying for it. You gotta be kidding me after all this time. And so got the patches in, signed up, went ahead and signed up, silver, got my patches in. I got the 2 X39 and Eon and Ice Wave. And I'm telling you, that Wednesday, I felt like, I don't know, like I can't explain it. Like I just hit the lottery. I put the patches on that afternoon. I was like, you understand why people have dependency issues. You get excited about the things that are supposed to help you out, I guess. But I was so excited because I was just so excited from what I anticipated greatness from this, because I couldn't get no worse than where I was.
Yeah.
And then my blood pressure, I had AFib. I've had I got AFib from a breast infection. My left breast was smaller from when I breastfed my son 29 years ago. Then I worked as a server, and I was working with heat and all that, wearing dark clothes and everything, the sweating and everything. So my left breast, I had a major infection in January 2021. I had surgery, and then they took a lump out on my right one, and it was it wasn't cancer or anything, but the infection could always come back. You just don't know. And I know that's why it was right after that is when I had my AFib. So I'm tying all those together. So I got the patches, y'all, and my life changed completely. I was pain free. I was pain free. Like I slept on my side. I could turn over, even with all the damage and everything done in my body. Like the list, MRI is this long with everything wrong with my back. I've fractured my back. My back is shifting. I have a pinched nerve. You name it, I have it. And the orthopedics, and you have no pain. They're not giving me any medication. I'm not taking any medication from anybody else. And from that point on, I stopped. I never had to take Tylenol, ibuprofen, muscle relaxer. That was all the 1st of October I started on the patches. Fast forward, I got COVID the week between New Year's Eve and Christmas and New Year's Eve. And the only reason I knew I had COVID is because I lost my taste and everything. But it kind of just slid right through me. Like I didn't have the aches and pains that I was supposed to have, I guess. And so, but I didn't have any patches either. I was out of patches. So I was like, I'm gonna test this out. So my patches came in, and at this time I had a doctor's appointment for the back doctor, and it was one morning the week after I had COVID, like a week or two after. I was sitting at work, and Dr. Stacy was like an elephant was sitting on my shoulders. And here I am, like, what is wrong with me? I felt better when I had COVID, the week before. And come to find out, my blood pressure numbers had normalized themselves. And here I was taking blood pressure medicine, a very strong blood pressure medicine, bottoming out my blood pressure. That's why I had the heaviness. And it took me going to the doctor. I didn't take my blood pressure pill one morning, and I had a doctor's appointment, and my blood pressure was normal. And when you're in pain, when I was at AFib, my heart rate was 185. It was bad. I was in intensive care. Yes, it was bad. And I had to stop all my swelling. I would know if I missed a blood pressure pill. If I missed one, I would know about 2:00 in the afternoon. My body has not taken that pill. I had to stop because it was going to kill me. The pill was going to kill me. And then what I knew is that I had a pill for a pill. I had to get on yearly, because what they they
Lori, you're kind of sounding like a robot a little bit.
pill for this, but then
There
that
you
pill has and there's more commercials on side effect medication than I mean it's endless, and I'm going, geez, y'all need to be patching. Y'all need to be patching. Come to find out, I patched everybody and their mom. I work at a hotel. I patched a undercover cop from Chicago PD. His name was Killer. He slept. That's the best he slept his whole night.
Oh, my God.
I've patched a lot of people. I share with everybody I know because I see a lot of hurting people,
Yeah.
a lot of older hurting people. I patch my coworkers. I don't patch people for them anymore. If I have to be around you, you're getting patched. That's for me.
That's for you to deal with them.
Yeah, I
that's
patched my
great.
boss. I give her Nirvana. I was like, we're gonna have a really good day.
Oh, that I love
But
that.
it's changed my life.
Yeah.
The breast is the same size. The left breast is the same size as the right.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Because like I said, that's been 29 years ago. No blood pressure medicine, no more gabapentin. And
Wow.
gabapentin was, that's the devil to me. But when
Yeah.
your body is on it, you know,
Wow.
and I'm just continue to just patch. I don't care about the money, you know, I'm just, my heart is on hurting people, and
Yeah.
that's what
Wow.
it's just, but it's just been amazing. It's been, when I say life changing, like my hair, my skin, my teeth, even my ears. I would never put my, because we get older, the gravity makes your ears get, it shrunk it makes that skin.
Your ear shrunk. I never thought about
You,
that.
you don't think about it, Stacey. You're not going to think about it. But when I do skincare and I pay attention to everything, and it has lifts the ears, it's just scars are on. I should have had a broken wrist and probably a broken toe, but within 5 minutes, both of them were not even hurting anymore.
Wow. Lori, you got a list a mile long, girl. I love it. I'm so excited for you. You're just getting started.
And I've only been using them technically since the 1st of October, but you take a whole month out of that I didn't patch on and off. So 3 months and I've gotten this progress.
Wow. Wow. Well, we're so excited for you. And of course, we're going to have you back on. We're going to give you another 90 days. And then we're going to get you back on
Let
here.
me tell you, this was a hand drop. This was a finger drop. When I got hurt working at a prison, I got hurt by a lieutenant for 7 years. That's why I was on gabapentin. That's where the nerve damage off. I couldn't do this to my fingers, and it had traveled all the way to my toes. I couldn't even stand on my left foot without falling over. I had no balance. Everything has changed. My strength, everything. The X49 is unbelievable. You add that, and then I just feel like the fat is just melting off. That's how I feel.
That's melting off. We're signing up for that, right?
When I got injured, I went up in jean size because guess what? When you can barely walk, you can't even run. So my weight went up all last summer. I gained weight. You add that on top of the injury and all that kind of stuff. And now I'm back down into my smaller jeans again, and I haven't even lifted a weight. I haven't gone to the gym. I haven't done any of that. I'm losing weight. I'm toned up. My arms don't jiggle. I can't just keep talking and talking and talking because I got thousands of miles of skin.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, Miss Marcy has got to come on and share with us how this is happening for you guys. But I am so grateful for you taking the time, Lori, tonight to share your personal experience, because I know that's going to impact so many people and help them to understand how these patches can work for a variety of things that you have experienced and how it can give you such a better quality of life. So thank you for being on here tonight. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.